We're back, people, and today we're going to film on Duke Riley, Miami Dolphins linebacker, who filled in at a super high level when Jerome Baker got injured. Nice to see him playing well. I think, him and Baker have some very similar traits, characteristics with their play styles. Always, more relying on like athleticism and speed. Not a huge, like, I think he played pretty instinctive in this game, but that's not what he's really been known for throughout his career. I think they made the reads a lot easier for the linebackers. That's why they've been able to play at a lot higher level, keep everything in front of them when they can see stuff. Like right here, his responsibility is the running back. He's able to just read, react, and then use his speed. He understands the situation here. The O-lineman haven't got out in time. He sees, the play, how it's developing, identifies that it's going to be a screen. So shoot downhill before the O-lineman can get to you, and he has that closing speed, that trigger to make that play. Love, to see that out of him, because he definitely can fly around the field and make some plays in that area. But then I also thought he was like pretty disciplined versus the run, which I think is going to be a big thing for this team, because I know PFF gave him like a crazy high grade. Personally, I don't really use PFF. I think their grading system's flawed, and I wouldn't have given him a grade that high, but he did play a pretty dang good game. So like to see that out of him. Good play all around, and hopefully he can keep that up, because they're going to need him while Baker's out, and he's going to be calling the defense out there. He'll have the the green dot on his helmet, and he definitely came to play in this one. So like to see that out of Duke Riley. I feel like this is probably his best game of his career, at least since he's been a Dolphin, versus the run, just filling in the gaps, making plays near the line of scrimmage. I've never seen him, play with this level of instincts here. Like, this is really, really good stuff. Down on the goal line, understanding the situation. You're working off this block. You come up, you fill within this gap. You see where this space is, and now you understand, like, once the RB is about to clear this gap, you can hop over, get in both areas. Like, he's responsible now for both run fits, and he sees Robinson, get out of this gap right here, and he just scrapes over the top of his defensive lineman and makes that tackle, just basically mirroring and matching the running back from this position. That is really good job, good discipline, understanding your run fit to get that stop down near the goal line and basically meeting him one-on-one. And he did a good job of tackling in this game as well, which I think is a big thing, because he's been a big special teams player for the Dolphins this year, and he went out there and played with physicality, played with speed. Another good trigger, good play versus the run here from Riley. Identify the pulls, slip underneath, beat the blocks at the second level, show some block avoidance here. And then now read through the play. Usually when you're doing this, he sees this guard pull this way. Usually that's where like the runs like to go, and it's like the same side as this running back, and now he's just reading the angle through it. He comes downhill, but he's staying square, he's staying disciplined, good base. Now he sees reading through this, through the running back, get over the top, slip underneath of these blocks, now split those two guys and make that, tackle right there with the help of Chubb. Just really solid work, active feet. Love that, sometimes people try to shoot downhill. He might have tried to shoot down there right away, but he stays disciplined, doesn't want to like come and fill into this gap. And he also doesn't want to instantly take over and go where the guard is, because sometimes, running backs like to, go off of script like that. And now he just sees the angle of this, reads it, and makes a play. That's good football play from a linebacker. Here you get to see Riley a little bit, dropping into coverage, as like a spot dropper, just reading the eyes of the quarterback, squeezing underneath while Sealer gets the sack, which is nice to see. I feel like as a coverage guy, like, he has the athletic traits and physical traits to make an impact there. But sometimes I feel like when things get behind him and he has to like play on pure instincts and processing like this, it can be a struggle. But when he has to like match, read mesh concepts, as you'll see, he does a better job versus that type of stuff. But it's nice to see him, read the QB's eyes, squeeze underneath, help take away this throwing lane where Hal, was trying to look, and then, come back towards this one as well. Just being active with his feet, understanding, where the throwing lanes are, and just being a solid player in the middle of the field. Like to see that kind of thing out of Riley. Nothing too crazy, but I feel like overall in coverage, he was very impressive as well. This is where I like to see his coverage, from this type of situation. They're playing a lot of like 3-match. I feel like this makes it easier on a player like Riley, like Baker, where they don't have to like be like true spot droppers and rely on instincts and like things, like when things get behind them to make these plays. But now they're seeing the mesh here, and like they're kind of, him and Long, like you watch both of them here, the mesh comes between the running back and then McLaurin right here. Instead of matching up on this running back, if he comes up in the zone, you can just pass that off too long. He takes this guy, and then Riley's able to come down and take on McLaurin out of the way. It's just good, disciplined football. Like, he played very sound understanding of what's going on, and I feel like this is where he can make more of an impact on running back. When he just play square, keep his eyes, understand like, hey, this guy's working away. Just get your eyes across, find the other crosser. He's going to work into you, and you just take that away. That's a good play out of Duke Riley on that specific situation. Some more good work versus the run. Really like to see this out of Duke Riley. Very impressive. This time on some outside zone. Get downhill. I feel like, this play could have been a little better. I feel like he slightly over pursues this one just on the side of this outside zone. Just the first angle. He does make a nice adjustment to help get this tackle. But usually when you want to stay in phase with a running back like this, you want to be like a yard behind them. He kind of gets like almost even with this running back, because when they hit that cutback lane, it's going to happen. So I think he should have been like right here, maybe half a step back, but he's able to make that quick adjustment and help make that tackle to slow him down with everyone else. But I do like that he keys it right away. The keys the flow of the play. He doesn't want to get cut off by 72 possibly, but I would like to see him angle this down a little bit more, maybe stay a little more square and patient. But at the end of the day, he still helps make the play and makes a nice adjustment. But that's something I would say, be a little more in phase with the running back. Don't over pursue. Some good communication with him and Long. I like to see him communicating post snap. Once he sees the running back, they run play action right here, right? And the running back goes to the left like this. He understands like, hey, Long, that's your guy now. They were both like, basically, they're playing like one lurk, which is like, one of them is going to get the running back. The other one's going to lurk the middle of the field. Now he sees that and then helps take away this underneath route too, get in front of all of that, while Howe just basically is getting all this pressure and has to chuck it up underneath. Just good understanding of what it is. Like, hey, Long, that's your guy. I'm going to come over here, help take away and help Ramsey in the middle because that's my job. That's more sound, disciplined football. Because I feel like Riley coming out, he's just known for his athletic ability. He ran a super fast 40 time, like coming out of LSU. That's what it was. Can he play, like sound, disciplined football? Can he play with instincts? Can he process? And he's kind of struggled with a lot of those things throughout his career, but he came into this game and played and did those things at a very high level. This time, Riley in a tough spot here. He has to relate to Gibson, the running back, and get out there. You can see the speed, very, very impressive. We'll go back and look at this, because usually in this situation, it would be Long who has to relate to the running back, but since he's blitzing and it's becoming Riley's responsibility, everyone else is matched up across here. And now he is responsible, quick three, get out there, make a play, and you can just see that speed. That's very, very impressive to get there. He's in a tough spot. Just look at the, the natural leverage advantage that Gibson's going to have out here. Like, that's the correct throw, the correct read to go to, and Riley makes it stop. And it's a 3rd and 8, and he can stops it for 5 yards. That's exactly what you want to see out of your linebacker on that play. Last play that we're going to break down, out of Duke Riley, some more good work. Against some outside zone again. I mean, really good play from David Long. I showed this in the defensive film breakdown if you saw that. Another quick trigger down, which I like to see. I think, he could be a little more patient on these types of plays, but he gets down, helps fill in this run gap right here. Everyone constricts the inside run lane, so Gibson really wants to balance this. They actually capture the edge, but Long does a great job of scraping over the top and then forcing this back to the inside. Everyone is able to get to the ball. Duke Riley makes the quick adjustment on his angle here, when they're trying to do all this stuff. He squares them up and makes a nice tackle for no gain. So good initial, play right here. Probably could have stayed, would like to see him maybe take on this guy a little more inside right here. Could possibly even shoot through this gap. Be a little more responsible for that, because I still think that could have been a possibility for the running back. But it does make sense that he bounces that to the outside and he sticks with it, makes a nice play. Overall, just a good game from Duke Riley. Wouldn't say it was like elite or great, but it was definitely played at a high level. He had some great moments. I think he gave it like a play I didn't show. It was like one catch down the field, but it was more like in scramble drill, so it wasn't really, 100% his fault. But yeah, this was just overall liked what I saw from him, and hopefully he can keep up this consistent level of play, because I do think he played very consistent in this game. So if you're going to do it, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.